That was expeditious. And so we see here in our deploy logs that our server is running. Mm, Where is my domain name? Should have one there. Oh yeah, here we go. Generate domain. So this will just give us. So this is our frame workshop. Oh, and it gave me production because I'm fancy, I guess. So we should just get the white page. Interesting. What's going on here? Nothing yet. Let's hit refresh. Interesting. What is going on? 404. Says there's nothing here yet. Interesting. Probably have something wrong with my config or something along those lines. But
Or maybe it hasn't generated everything yet. It seemed so fast. I'm
that
skeptical.
was incredibly quick. Very interesting. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's frame workshop main. I'm on main. Yep, main source. Let me try a few things. Build. Oh yeah. hmm Uh, yeah. Railway. Uh, work. Public network. Yep. Has to bind. Yep. 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 Process.env.port or 3000. Yep. So we'll need to make a quick uh, tweak to our config, change the port number. So we can see here that our serve takes in some options. Change the port number on the serve. So we'll just come over here, and this is just some networking stuff uh, that you don't necessarily need to worry about. Um, well, you do need to worry about, but the details of which are just mostly for like infrastructure and getting stuff deployed. Yeah, I just don't like the. What is that? I guess we'll find out. No idea what that is. And TypeScript is mad, but I honestly don't care at all. So, let's see if that did it. Variable port 3000 and deploy. I wonder if it's going to complain about that because, yeah, of course.
Guy.
Right. Well, I mean,
Mhm.
I literally built the thing to write people props on with a. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'm going to shield myself right now for a little bit. Anyone who is a gardener, I would really appreciate your vote. I built Nouns GPT, which some of you may be familiar with, some of you may not be familiar with, but it's trained on actual on-chain proposal data, um, and it knows the outcomes. So if a proposal was successful or not successful, and then everything that was in the prop information, all that was uploaded to the GPT as it's not training information because you're not like actually training it, but it's like context that's provided to the GPT. So if you need help, um, You could use it for prop house, I'm sure. There's a lot of overlap there. It's specifically trained off noun style proper information. If you supply it with your idea for a prop that you want to go on chain with, or can get someone to sponsor you to go on chain with, it does a pretty great job. Honestly, I'm surprised because it's got that information and it's told to focus on helping people write props. So if it actually wasn't me this time. All right, so let's see if putting this in Warpcaster does what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to cast Brain Workshop Test. I wonder what's going to happen. I won't bother anybody with that. Cast. Do I need to do something special to let it know? Maybe I do. Maybe I shouldn't just ship it. Oh, Warpcast embed tools. Do we have tools? I
Dun
like
dun
tools.
dun.
Oh,
Who's
that.
got the alpha soundboard?
Oh, there we go. We do. This is super awesome. So there is. I'll drop this link here too.
Sweet.
Boom. And this is to debug your embeds.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pasting their link in there. Man. All right. Anywho, close up some of these. Hey. All right. We're working. Grab this. That clearly is not working. Frames. Interesting. So we have missed something, apparently. I wonder if it's because I sent it as HTML instead of text. Just try this real quick. Okay. And because Railway is awesome, it'll go ahead and redeploy it for us automatically. Doing all that stuff. Let's see if our deploy logs come up. Publish time. Where we? Oh, we're active. Cool. And then maybe that'll respond with just the plain text this time. Maybe not. Still trying to. Hmm. Maybe it just takes a minute. I should have responded with plain text. Failed to respond. All right, it's probably there. It is. All right, cool. So yeah, this is the same thing. So it does have to be text. So for those of you following along, I was mistaken. We do actually need to send text instead of HTML. So instead of it being C, it was where it was initially. Isn't that always how it goes? Would have been fine if I hadn't changed it. So if you had C.html, you want to do C.text to make sure Farcaster knows what to do with it. I assumed incorrectly on that one. Let's try this again. Still nothing. Interesting. What are we missing? So we've got the Farcaster frame and the image. FC frame, content v next, image. What are we missing here? Let's see. I use next. Let's see. This will be probably on page. I hate trying to read any of this stuff. Get old. Here it is. API vote. Do we still need to have the regular? We may still also need to have the regular Open Graph metadata information. Let's try it with that. And for image URL, I'm just going to use the one we already have. Let's see. Where did it go? Wyoming is not all right. The- So apparently you can't just submit the absolute minimum, which is crazy. Um, I guess maybe I misunderstood. It does, yeah, this says creating the initial frame, create it with simple open graph tabs, create a URL which returns the following metadata, show up as a frame, blah, blah, blah. Mhm. Guess we'll find out here in a sec. Let's see. All right, so that gives us back what we want. Oh no, is it because there's so much space? But it should just be a regular. Interesting. Aha! There it is. So we did need to give it the initial OG information. So that's very interesting. Not necessarily an issue, I suppose. So yeah, we do want to also give it the regular um, link preview information if you're familiar with that. That's good to know. Cool. So yeah, that's a frame. We actually have, well, I probably the only one because of the server hosting, and I can help you all, do that kind of individually. But our code, at least in theory, now with the fact that um, we've added back this OG information. This is kind of a lie. We did just copy that and say vote recorded, so it's gonna say vote recorded as the title. Obviously, you'll want to change that to whatever you want your frame title to be, and the OG image is just that regular open graph metadata that we're familiar with. That be so yeah, that's my first frame. It's the worst image imaginable, embedded with no functionality at all. But we are using the frame protocol to do something. Um, so yeah, I guess if anyone has any questions, I know we're getting towards the end here, but I still have time. Want to make sure we get folks up and running, as much as possible, because the code does work. It's just that extra additional part of getting it, where it needs to be in order for WorkCast to be able to talk to it. So, floor is for you all.